regular partner doing the guest stream today. Happy holidays. It's been a few weeks since I've been on doing a guest stream. I'm in a pretty good mood today because I'm off now from work until January the 4th, which is pretty great, which means more time to focus on playing some bridge. Ethan and I, we've been on a pretty good run as of late. Looking at some of our recent tournaments, over our last 11 games, we've had 6 wins, 4 second places, and 1 third place finish. So some good play, some good luck over the last 11 games. We've averaged about 65% over that span. So hopefully we'll be able to keep it going today. We don't have too much different that we're doing today. As usual, if you've tuned into this stream, you're going to be watching us play Precision, which is a custom precision system that we've developed over the last handful of years called the Maritime Club. This is a relay precision system, has a lot of artificial bids. We play a weak no trump in most positions. Usually we're playing 11 to 13 with some exceptions. And that's what we're going to be doing. Our goal today is to try to stay with the field as much as we can, try to take more tricks than what everybody else is doing in the same contract. Ethan likes when I stream because he's able to focus on actually playing the cards. So he's going to get a break today. He can focus on declaring, defending, signaling, and I'll be doing my best to try to walk you through what we're doing. The last time that I did a stream a few weeks ago, it was really great because there was a lot of participation in the chat, a lot of people with good discussion topics, so hopefully we're able to keep that going today. I love when people are discussing things. I don't mind if you disagree with something that I'm doing. Let me know if you disagree and we can discuss it. That keeps things fun for me. Ethan, it looks like, is going to be doing all of the announcing, and it looks like he's privately announced to me what we're playing. That's great. It looks like we're on the same page and that we are playing Precision today. So let's see how things go. Hopefully we're playing 3 board rounds today. I hate playing 2 board rounds because if you have one long auction, it really cannibalizes the time from the other hand. All right, I'm drinking my usual coffee, which is going to get me going to play the game today. Going to get ready to go. Hopefully I don't get distracted talking and take up too much time. Okay, here we go. So let's see. We are playing against Archie, and we're playing against Andre. Oh, hey, Rob. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy the stream today, even if you're in and out. So Ethan has opened a 1 diamond bid. Most of the time when he opens this, he's a strong no trump type hand, 14 to 16. If he's not that hand type, then he is by definition unbalanced. So opposite that, I have a pretty easy 1 no trump bid here, which in our system shows 8 to 10 specifically. And what Ethan's going to do is raise to 2 no trump if he has 15 to 16. And I will happily bid 3 no should that be the case. Hey Casper, welcome. No need to raise diamonds here. There's a good chance that Ethan has short diamonds. He's got as few as 2. In general, playing match points, you want to avoid raising minors if you have a viable alternative. And here the viable alternative is 1 no. So Archie is lost in thought over 1 no trump. Maybe he's got the majors and is thinking of making a double and is worried that his partner may not interpret his double correctly. But he's elected to bid 2 spades. Ethan's got a lot of options over 2 spades. So pass usually means that he's the strong no trump type hand. Okay, so if he's the strong no trump type hand, I could double. Double would be a 2-card double here, showing the desire to compete. And I think that's what I want to do because it's very possible that Ethan has 4 spades and wants to penalize this. We have a special convention here called the 2-card double. So this shows 2 spades and a desire to compete. The problem is if I bid this and Ethan bids 3 hearts, I'm in trouble. But I don't think he's going to do that. So I'm going to make a double here. If he bids 3 hearts, which would be the worst case scenario for me, then I think I have to pass him there and let him play 3 hearts. But I think there's a good chance Ethan passes this double. He knows I don't have a 4-card major. I bid 1 no. He can bid 2 no, showing the minors. So he has, in fact, converted the double here. Ethan probably has a strong no trump with 3 or 4 spades. In which case, 2 spades should be down 1 or 2, and that'll be fine. The issue, though, is if we're making 3 no trump, we need to set this by 3, which is going to be a difficult task, especially because I've got long diamonds and some of them may not be cashing. So hopefully 3 no isn't making. If it is, this is probably going to be a bad score. Okay, so dummy showing up with 3 spades means one of 2 things. Either West overcalled a 4-card suit, or Ethan converted the double with 3 spades. Ethan's 4 of spades here is suit preference, asking for one of the lower ranking suits, clubs or diamonds. I'm to make a suit preference signal as well, and I'm going to play probably low as well. I don't want a heart continuation, so I'm going to play the 2. All right, so West winning cheaply. Ethan might be leading trumps to try to reduce roughs in dummy. The problem is that if Ethan has 4 diamonds, there are no roughs in dummy. Declarer doesn't think there's any roughs in dummy either, so he's promptly drawing trumps. We're going to find out now how many trumps partner has. I'm going to have to decide what to signal when a spade is played off dummy. So what has Ethan led from? Maybe small from Jack 10 small. I'm going to signal for a diamond. There's really no need to shift to anything else from Ethan's perspective. Okay, yeah, so it looks like Ethan had 3 spades to the Jack 10 small. He's played standard remainder count on that spade, playing the Jack before the 10. So I know that Declarer has 5 spades. So that's 5 tricks in hand for Declarer. Here's a 6th trick. Ethan playing the 7. I'm going to show my count here. So Declarer's up to 6 tricks now. Where's he going to get 2 more? I don't think I can afford the 10 here to give count, so I'm going to play small. This 10 now may be very important. I'm glad I didn't burn it giving a count signal. So that should be a standard remainder count card, that 5 there. So who has the 3? Let's find out. So Ethan is probably hiding the 3. There's no reason to shift to a club in any case here. Ethan might have a vulnerable heart holding that needs me to play a heart right now. He also may very well have the ace of diamonds. Is there any reason to play a diamond now? I don't think so. Ethan could have ace of hearts, and I need to shift to this now to pin the king of hearts to avoid an end play later in the hand. Good, okay. So Ethan's got the ace of hearts. I still count only 6 tricks so far for Declarer. We're going to find out what the position is in the heart suit here. Okay, so hearts were 4 triple 3 around the table. I can't play a club because if Declarer has 4 clubs, that allows an entry to that heart. So I have to shift to the king of diamonds now. If I played the king of clubs, then it might risk Declarer getting to table to that 6 of hearts. So Ethan is encouraging a diamond. Easy now to play a diamond through. So it looks like this contract is going to be down 2 if I'm counting correctly here. Declarer will end up scoring 1 heart trick and 5 spade tricks, and that should be it. we should have another trick coming somewhere, either the diamond or the club. Now I can pitch my diamond, and I believe declarer should have a club left, so that's down 2. Now the question here is, are we making 3-0? Maybe. Ethan, oh no, we're definitely not making 3-0. Ethan had no spade guard, so this should be a very good score for us. One pair fortuitously made 3-0, even though they're off 5 spade tricks. So this is a great example about how the competitive 2-card double can be used. Okay, so I've got a 13 count, and it's not a great 13 count with points in my short suits here. This is going to be a 1-no bid. So that's 11 to 13. No reason to upgrade this into outside my no trump range. So again, back to board 1. This is a great example of how the 2-card double can be employed. A lot of people in my position in balancing seat will just bid 3 diamonds blindly. Here, I can just start with a double, saying I have a desire to compete in 2 spades, and partner can decide whether or not he wants to penalize 2 spades or bid something at the 3 level. He can always bid 2-no to ask me to pick a minor. So 2 spades here is to play. Which means that in all likelihood, partner is going to end up playing this contract in 2 spades unless Archie balances here. So 2 spades it is. I've got a pretty good dummy opposite 2 spades. Hopefully we didn't miss a game here. Usually partner isn't going to bid 2 spades if there's any possibility at all of game. We have many ways to explore for game in this scenario, and Ethan has not taken the liberty of doing that. All right, Ethan has a hand that looks like we're in the right spot. We've got a club loser, 3 heart losers, and that's probably it. The one thing that Ethan's going to have to deal with is that 3rd diamond in his hand. He's going to have to make that disappear somehow. And that could be done through one of 2 ways. It could either be done through a ruff in dummy, or it could be done by setting up the hearts and pitching one on the long hearts. So Ethan is playing a club. I'm not sure exactly what the purpose is of this, because what this does is it exposes him to a tapping defense. If there's a bad spade break, now if there's a club return, he might get tapped. I think my line here would have probably to try to ruff that diamond in dummy. Although the heart line could have worked as well, playing to set up hearts. Okay, so the opponents are not pursuing a tapping defense, they're pursuing hearts, which is good for Ethan, because if they play on hearts and that ends up setting the 4th heart, setting up the 4th heart for Ethan, then he can just draw trump and pitch his last diamond on the 4th heart. That's provided the trumps behave. Ethan should not drop his jack here. He wants the opponents to continue playing hearts, and dropping the jack makes them more likely to shift to clubs. So he has dropped his jack. It seems as though Ethan does not want a heart continuation and wants them to tap him in clubs for some reason. So now, I mean, he could play a heart at this stage. That's probably what I would do, but he's playing on diamonds. The danger of playing a heart is if West has 4 to the ace, then Ethan would be exposed to an uppercut. Although, based on the line of play so far, I don't think that holding is very likely. Okay, that jack of spades is interesting. It either means probably jack doubleton or jack stiff. If he has jack stiff, then Ethan is likely going down unless he sets up the hearts. Okay, so now it looks like it's a bit too late. What he may do now... Okay, I would have saved that ace of diamonds as an entry after drawing trumps and playing a heart. But Ethan's going to now try to cross ruff. If West now pitches his last diamond, then when Ethan plays a diamond from the board, it'll get over-ruffed. Hopefully West has another diamond in hand. This is one of those hands where there were quite a few different lines that could be taken. I would have taken a different line here, but we'll see if this works. If West does not have another diamond, this is just going to make. So it looks like hearts were 3-3. So it would have been better just to play on hearts here. So that probably won't end up being a very good score. But we'll see. Maybe the opponents make something in a minor suit. Oh, wow. So it looks like this was a very good score indeed. People are down in spades at various levels. That's very surprising. So it looks like here Ethan can always make one more trick, but it doesn't matter because this is a top anyway. A lot of people are in a minor suit here, pushing the opponents up to 3 spades, which is down. Some people are even down in 2 spades. That's interesting. I wonder what the play of the hand was to set them in 2 spades. So Ethan's overcalling 1-no. 1-no here is 16-18 over an interceding bid, such as 1 heart. Opposite of 16-18 no trump, I don't have much to say here. Three clubs is interesting. I wonder if we're going to get an alert of 3 clubs. Heart support, interesting. Okay, I'm just going to pass smoothly here. I cannot imagine that the opponents would be on the same page here, that is heart support in this sequence, but we'll see. This is kind of a very specific scenario that if you haven't discussed this as heart support, there's no way your partner is going to interpret this as heart support. So this is going to be bad for the opponents. Now, knowing that the opponents have hearts and they may very well not have clubs, I have a pretty interesting lead choice here. Leading my stiff heart could function to set up ruffs in my hand, but the opponents are very likely to want to cross ruff here. Do I want to set up their suit by leading my stiff, or should I draw their clubs? I think it's better to draw their clubs. They're in a misfit. The only way they're making this contract is if they are able to draw trump and set up their long hearts. I'm going to play on clubs, and then I'm going to also play a low club to ask for a diamond. Wow. Wow. So West hits with that, a 5-card club suit that East knew nothing about. That is unbelievable. So the good news is that the opponents will likely take more points in hearts at match points. They're also likely not to be expecting that I have a heart stiff since I didn't lead one. So Ethan's playing on clubs. We'll see how many clubs East ended up having. Okay, so East ended up having that many clubs. All right. So I'm going to give my present count here by playing the 4. So East started with 1 club. That means Ethan started with 3. Ethan has 1 more club. The opponents are trying to quickly set up their hearts, draw trump. Okay, East has pitched 2 diamonds. So hopefully the heart suit isn't running here. Maybe Ethan has another card in hearts. That will be important. If that's the case, that's excellent, because then we might be able to run some diamonds. Ethan's playing the 4 of spades, saying he doesn't like spades, suggesting that East has the ace of spades. So if East has the ace of spades, then I might want to be holding on to these spades and ask for a diamond. So I'm going to ask partner for a diamond in case partner has the jack of hearts. If partner has the jack of hearts, then he's going to get in and might be able to play a diamond through. If he does not have the jack of hearts, then then we might be in trouble. But East is probably going to run some spades now. Oh, wow, Ethan did have the ace of spades. Okay, so I didn't expect that. Okay, do I need to unblock here with the jack? So what's going to happen here? Ethan's going to play another diamond. It's going to get roughed. If I don't unblock, no, I can't afford to unblock here. Okay, so let's see where the jack of spades is. Oh, okay. Interesting. Three clubs down one. Okay. So what did that end up being for us? 90%? So that's pretty good. So three clubs down one. Is that what it should be? It should be down two. It looks like my lead cost a trick. I did not expect that many clubs with the west hand. So pursuing drawing the opponent's trump was not a good plan, as it turns out. But had I that choice again, I would have led a club again on that auction. Turns out any other lead is better, but what do you know? All right, so next hand. That was a pretty good round. We're up to 93%, which is always a pretty good start. Let's see how this round unfolds. So the opponents have started with a natural one club. Horseshoes indeed. We'll see if we can keep this up the whole night, but for some reason I suspect that's going to be unlikely. Ethan and Eric, I think last week, they had one of these crazy games where they were at 70% going into the last half and then imploded near the end. Oh wow, they just switched board 3 to 3 clubs down 2. What do you know? So I don't think I can afford a 2 diamond overcall here. That would just be suicide. So that changed our 90% to a 100%, which means we're now up to a 97% after 3 boards. So 97% is pretty good because that means that out of all the possible match points that you could have received, you received all except 1 match point in the entire 3 boards, which is pretty cool. Let's see how long we can maintain that. Okay, so what's going on in this auction? Support and 10 plus points. So it looks like they play some form of inverted minors here. Interestingly, we've got a 2 heart bid here, and it's very possible that 2 clubs denies a 4-card major, so I'm not sure exactly what they're doing here. Maybe 2 clubs doesn't deny a 4-card major. Maybe I should ask. Yeah, I think I'll ask. It might help me. Does 2 clubs deny a 4-card major? Because if it does, I have no idea what they're doing right now. Maybe this is a reverse. Maybe this is showing a stopper. Who knows what they're up to? A lot of people play after an inverted minor sequence that major suit bids are either showing or asking stoppers. Without specific agreements, I have no idea what they're doing here. And it might be difficult to defend this hand without knowing what 2 clubs means. Okay, so 2 clubs does deny a 4-card major, which means 2 spades is probably just showing a stopper, I would think, rather than showing an actual spade suit. 2 hearts probably does show a 4-card heart suit and maybe some extra strength. So we'll see how Ethan interprets this auction and what he leads. Ethan and I, we don't always make standard leads. After doing some reading on leads, we now know that sometimes the standard lead is not always the best simulation lead. So we try to make leads based on what the opponents are expected to hold. Usually if we have a weak hand without a long suit of our own, we lead a short suit against no trump to try to find partner's long suit. So three hearts here, the 3 of hearts could be from 3 or 4. or even 5 potentially. I think most likely West has 4 hearts, Ethan has 4 hearts, and the hearts are split 4-4-3-2 around the table. So if that's the case, if it is 4-4, I need to decide what to do after playing my king if it holds. In any case, there's no reason here for me not to play the king at this stage, so I'm going to play the king. And then we'll see how things unfold. I'll see if the 2 appears here, as I expect it will. This 3 is most likely from a 4-card suit, so the 2 is probably with Peggy here. So Peggy is not holding up with the ace, which suggests she may also hold the queen. Without the queen, I think there's a good chance that she holds up there. So I'm going to place Peggy with ace-queen. This 6 is reverse Smith. The 6 looks like a relatively high club, suggesting that Ethan does not want a heart continuation. But we'll see what the next club is that Ethan plays. I like diamonds. I'm going to play the 3 of diamonds. Okay, let's see what Ethan's next club spot is. The jack. Okay. So Ethan probably had no choice about what spot to play. So I'm not going to interpret that 6 as meaning anything. He was just playing up the line, probably from either jack 6 or queen jack 6. So if Ethan has queen jack 6, then let's see what Peggy's going to do here. I think I can afford to pitch one of these, and I'm going to give my count. Okay, so Ethan had a doubleton club, which means that Peggy was dealt 5 clubs. So she... Oh, interesting. Okay, so Ethan played the 6 from jack 7-6. So the 6, in fact, was a reverse Smith signal. Okay, so that means that Peggy had 4 clubs and probably 4 hearts. This 8 looks like a high heart spot, so he may in fact be playing the 8 from honor 8 doubleton. And if he has honor 8 doubleton, that means that Peggy also has a doubleton. There's no reason here for me to hold up, I don't think. If I do hold up, so Peggy probably has, I'm guessing, the king-queen of diamonds, and Ethan likely has the jack 8. That's what I'm going to play them for. Yeah, it's probably jack 8. Otherwise, this line would not make sense. So Peggy's playing this king of diamonds before the clubs, probably meaning that that's maybe her 9th trick. So if she's got 4 clubs, 4 hearts, 2 diamonds, that means that she has 3 spades. I think I'm just going to play another heart because partner did ask for our heart back with his club plays. Okay, so partner's got 2 hearts left. That's not enough. Where are we getting the next 2 from? Probably spades. If I play a heart, partner is not end played because partner should have the jack of diamonds that he can exit with, so that's great. So hopefully partner knows to exit with the jack of diamonds after he cashes his last heart. Let's see if he does that. Okay, I'm going to give my standard remainder count here. Oh, partner has another heart. So I miscounted his hearts. That's great. So I guess that means that that Peggy had only 3 hearts, and partner started with 5. So Peggy might have been trying to pull a fast one with that king of diamonds and quickly score the 9th trick and hope I duck. Luckily, I didn't duck. Peggy should now have the queen of diamonds and 2 good clubs, so this should be over now. Okay, let's see. What's the thought about here? Okay, I'm not sure why there's no claim here. She should have the queen, partner the jack. Or maybe Peggy has the jack and partner was out. Yep, okay, so partner had a stiff. Very good, I didn't duck there. That would have been the 9th trick. Okay, we're gonna have to pick up the pace because this this hand lasted way too long. So let's pick it up. Hopefully that'll be a good one. I'm just gonna remind people. Bit behind on time. We have 2 hands to go in 9 minutes. So unless we play this one really fast, we might be in trouble for the last hand. So it looks like 3-0 down 1 is going to be a pretty good score. Not as good as the 97% that we were rolling along at, but still it'll be in the 70% range. Nobody is in 3-0, it looks like. Most people are in suit contracts, mostly clubs. They've got a 9-card club fit, so it's reasonable. But I think going for 3-0 here isn't outrageous. They've got, 13 opposite 11, that's 24 high card points and a pretty good club fit. So if me and Ethan were bidding these hands, we might have gotten a 3-0 as well. Unfortunately, oh, it looks like 3-0 can make. How many tricks do you have? You've got 5 clubs, you've got 2 diamonds, a heart, that's 8, and a spade is 9. The problem is the opponents are getting hearts before you can get to 9. You just have to hold up on the hearts, which Declarer did not do. So Declarer just forgot to hold up on hearts. If they do that, then the hand is over. Will the director realize the ops are slow? No, they won't, unless we complain, and it's not really worth complaining that the opponents are slow. If they're repeat offenders, then it might be reasonable to complain. Okay, what am I going to lead here? Diamonds, is this an inverted? Yeah, this is an inverted. There's no point leading a trump when they have lots of trumps combined. No point leading a club here, but I don't have any real great leads, so I'm just going to lead a trump. I probably should have played a high diamond, actually, to signal for a higher ranking suit. We're going to have to defend this one pretty quickly. So it looks like East is probably 5-4 in the minors, or maybe 4-4. The 9, okay, I want a spade back, so I'm just going to duck and hope partner shifts to a spade. Partner is going to try to either play spades or play another trump. If partner has no trumps to play, he'll shift to a spade. Okay, so this is good. So that means that the opponent started 4-4 in the diamond suit. I'm not sure why Declarer is trying to get roughs here, because he's got this nice club suit in dummy. If I was Declarer, I would just draw trump and set up the clubs, but Declarer, I think, might be a bit rushed and not thinking the hand out. Oh wow, and Declarer even has the ace of clubs. So Declarer may have fooled Ethan into thinking he was going for a roughing line. Ethan probably should have shifted to a spade at the time where he got in with a heart. But now it looks like Declarer is just going to reel off his clubs. He's got 2 diamonds left to cash, and he'll probably lose a spade or 2 at the end. So we may, in fact, have time for the last hand. Let's see what Declarer pitches here. Okay, Declarer's pitching a spade. I can afford to pitch this last spade here. Declarer's pitched a couple of spades. Partner pitched a couple of hearts. Okay, Ethan's got that one. That's nice. Okay, this isn't good because now Ron is going to ruff, and then that sets up the jack of spades in dummy. So that's too bad. Partner shifts to a heart, then we might get one more trick. That's too bad. Okay, that's going to be a bad one. But it looks like it's still above average because most people are in 3-0. We could have defended that better. That was a little bit sloppy, maybe because we were a bit rushed. So this one, 12-16, this is a 1 diamond opener. I've got a strong no trump hand. The next time it comes around to me, I'm going to bid 1 no. So on this hand here, we can probably get one more trick. If we look at Gib, yes, so we did blow a trick. Where did we blow it? Probably at the end there, where partner shifted to a spade. Let's see, right here. Yeah, so if partner just shifts to his king of hearts, then we take one more trick. I probably could have done a better job signaling for him, though. So one heart here is not hearts, it's actually spades. We play transfers over the double. So opposite a 1 spade bid, I'm just going to bid 1 no. And I'm going to alert it as 14 to 16. Hopefully Ethan just places me in the right contract so I have some time to play this rather than just rushing through this hand. Good, so Ethan's not fooling around. He knows we're low on time, so we're just going to quickly bid this and play it. I'm going to play Peggy for most of the major suit lengths here. The lead I'm worried about is a diamond. Hopefully they don't find that one. Okay, so let's see here. So probably, how many tricks do we have? Probably 3 spade tricks, 1 or 2 hearts, some clubs. Let's start by playing the jack here, or the 10. Okay, so I'm going to play the 6. The reason I'm playing the 6 is to make it look more encouraging and have Peggy continue clubs. I think the best shift at this stage is probably cashing a top diamond here. That way I drop any stiff queens that might be lurking around. Oh, there you go. Look, there's a stiff queen. Okay, so that means that Peggy probably started with triple 4-1 shape. So with triple 4-1 shape, what I want to do now is play a spade. I might be able to hook the spades on the next round. I'm going to play the jack to conceal what I have here. Hopefully I drop the 10 or the jack offside with East. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so what that means is Peggy probably has, let's see. This is very strange, isn't it? So Peggy may not have the ace of spades, which is shocking, but she must have a 3rd spade. Otherwise her bidding would not make sense. So I'm going to play a spade. There's got to be another spade there with Peggy. If Peggy started with 2 spades, that would be very, very strange. Okay, so Peggy did have what I thought. So she's got the last spade. I think if I exit a spade now, that'll be best, because then what's going to happen is Peggy is end played and is going to have to play to me. So I'm just going to play a diamond here. I'm noting the diamond pitches on East. So now Peggy's end played. She has to either play a club to me or a heart to me. There we go. So there's the club. I'm going to win. And then I'm going to end play her again by playing a low heart to the 10. So now when she wins this, she's end played once more. Okay, so all the rest are mine. So I've got 2 good diamonds on the board. I don't need that, that queen of clubs. There we go. So finished in the nick of time. That should be a good one. It's not a top, but it's an 80%. So we're cruising along at 85%. Let's see what we've got here. So that's a 13 count. That is a 1 no trump bid for us. I love this 11 to 13 no trump. It's such a preemptive bid. Let's see, how did I do double dummy here? So it looks like double dummy, they can get one more trick if they lead a black suit, or the queen of diamonds, as it turns out. The only card that actually gives me another trick is a heart. So the opponents went wrong here. Let's see, where did they go wrong? So after I played the king, they ducked. I played a spade, they ducked again. Okay, so that was the mistake, because by ducking that spade, it allowed me to end play west not only once, but twice. All right, so that was a fun hand to play. Too bad I didn't have more time to savor that. Okay, so west is on lead. What do these two play for carding? Standard carding, it looks like. Okay. All right, so opponents play standard carding, and that can either mean we play standard carding, or it can mean we have no carding agreements. So we always have to take that with a grain of salt. Okay, so bad news here is we missed a 4-4 spade fit, which happens when you play a weak no trump. The good news is that this contract looks pretty good. The opponents have gotten off to a pretty good lead. A heart lead is probably as good as any. The diamond lead might have been better for them. What I'm likely going to need to do on this hand is set up my club suit. So I need to preserve my dummy entries fairly well. I can't cash all my spades right away because then I won't have enough entries to those clubs. So what I'm going to do is win a heart and then play a club. But I kind of want West on lead still. So how do I force West to be on lead? I can't really. There's no viable way to force West to be on lead. The worst that can happen, though, is if I play a club and East wins, they're going to reel off a bunch of hearts and then probably shift to diamonds. What's that 7 from? Is that from 4 or from 5? Tough to tell exactly. I think best is just to play a club for now and then see what the opponents do. But it looks like I'm going to be getting a heart through. The opponents are going to play some heart tricks. So East certainly would not have ducked with the queen. So East does not have the queen of hearts. There's no reason why East would ever have the queen of hearts. East might have ducked with the ace of hearts, but now playing the 4 makes that less likely. I think on balance, it's better to play the king here. West may not know to just cash the queen, because West may think that I have Jack Doubleton now of hearts, and that is in fact what happened here. Okay, so I might get lucky if I fly queen here. If I fly queen here, I can cross to a spade and play a club up. If the queen loses, though, then I'm in trouble. There's no reason, though, to ever duck here. Ducking can never gain. So I'm going to win. If I don't win, what's going to happen here? East may play another heart. That's probably okay, though, if East plays another heart. Yeah, I don't think I want to win here. Let's duck. If East plays another heart, I don't really care very much. I'm going to duck again here. Okay, now the heart shift. That's interesting. Okay, so West is either going to cash now 1 or 2 hearts. If this is the last heart that East is going to cash, then I might be okay. Okay, so it is. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so down 1. It looks like I'm always going to be down 1 no matter how I play this. So now I can just claim. Had I won that ace of diamonds immediately, I'm still going to be down 1 because I'm going to cash those 4 spades and then I'm going to have to play a club and give up at that stage. So well defended by the opponents. Let's see if there's anything I can do. No, it looks like I'm always doomed to down 1 on that lead. The opponents can actually get me down 2 on a non-heart lead. That's one of those scenarios where you wish you were kind of in your 4-card major there, but that's the downside to playing a weak no trump. You sometimes don't get to play in your 4-4 major suit fit. We feel as though that downside is offset by the gain of preemptive value that we get from 1 no, so we keep playing it. This will happen where you miss this 4-4 fit and get a bad score once every 5 games, I would say that would happen. And you get a good score from playing weak no trumps about every other game. Okay, so Ethan's opened 1 diamond. I've got a pretty easy 1 heart bid here. Ethan usually has a strong no trump when he opens 1 diamond. If he does have a strong no trump, I have to decide if this hand should force to game. Okay, so Ethan has a special kind of hand here. 1 spade means that he is not balanced, which means he must have a stiff somewhere. I think I should ask where that stiff is. The other option is I could just bid 2 hearts to play. But I think it's reasonable just to ask where the stiff is. So this is artificial and asking. If Ethan bids 2 clubs here, that shows a heart stiff. And then I can set the contract over 2 clubs. Okay, so 2 clubs shows a heart stiff. So he has one of a few different hand types. Most of them involve minor suit length, 4 spades, and 1 heart. He could have 0 hearts. I've got a hand that that could invite here, although it's a bit of a misfit. It might be better just to sign off in 2 hearts here and cut my losses. 2-no here I think is very aggressive, given we've got a very bad misfit. So I think I'm just going to sign off in 2 hearts. We may miss a game, but I think on these hands where you're kind of borderline for game and you've got a misfit, you downgrade and you just sign off. So if Ethan has 0 hearts, I might be in trouble. If he's got 1, this is probably where we want to play. Regardless, with 1 or 0 hearts, I can't see 3-no trump making here. But we will see. We may gain on the field if people are overbidding with my hand. Okay, so this is a hand that's probably as good as any for 2 hearts to play. It doesn't look like 3-no is making here, so 2 hearts is probably exactly where we want to be. What I want to prevent, though, is a diamond ruff here. It'd be nice to draw trump, set up those diamonds, and enjoy them, but I don't want them ruffing diamonds while there's still some outstanding. So I'm going to have to decide whether I false card with the 10 here. If I false card with the 10, what's going to be the shift from East? Probably a club. Do I want East to continue diamonds? Actually, that might not be the worst idea, because if East continues diamonds, then West is going to be on play. So I probably don't want to false card with the 10. I'm just going to play the 2. Okay, so that's good news, because West has played the 5, then the 7. So now I'm going to make a disclaimer here. I have seen so many times at Hart House where people have led low from a doubleton. So although it appears as though West does not have a doubleton, I would not be shocked if he does have a doubleton. Regardless, there's no reason to ruff here. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, maybe pitch a spade here. Yeah, I'm going to pitch a spade. There we go. Okay, so now what I can do is I can play my ace of hearts and then play another diamond pitching another spade. So I'm going to play a diamond and I'm going to pitch my king of spades. Hopefully the person with the long trumps ends up ruffing this. East has to decide, do I ruff this or do I let my partner ruff this? Okay, that was nice. So the queen of hearts fell. What that means, though, is probably hearts were split 4-2 around the table, so I'm going to end up losing a heart trick to East. So that means I'm going to just make this contract, it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to cash the top 2 hearts. We'll concede a heart to East. One thing that might be fun is to try to sneak a club by them at some stage. How am I going to sneak a club by them? I can't really sneak a club by them. Okay, maybe if I play a low club, I might be able to sneak it by. Let's see. Okay, wasn't able to sneak it by. So it looks like I'm just going to make this, because I believe East has the 10 of hearts, and then I can just claim. So that went about as well as I hoped. The biggest decision there was what to do over 2 clubs. We're lucky that we have the system here to find out about the misfit and land in the soft 2-heart contract. So as expected, a lot of people are bidding no trump and bidding too high here. However, someone actually made 3-0, which I think is crazy. It can't make on a club or on a low heart lead. Some people are down 1 in 3-0. Some people are even down in 2-0. So this is a strong club. I've got a negative response, 0 to 7. We're very good for time. We've got 7 minutes left. There's no reason to rush this hand. I've played 3 hands in a row, so this is good. I'm going to get a break. Hopefully I get a break. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so partner has a 1 spade bid. I have a very, very good fit for spades. But the problem with my hand is it's so weak. So two no trump and 3 spades by me would be game forcing. I don't think I can afford a game forcing bid here. I'm just going to bid a safe 2 spades and see what partner does over this. Partner has a series of game tries he can make over 2 spades, and I think opposite any game try, I'm probably going to bid game. 2 spades says I have 0 to 4 points and 4 plus spades. And that's exactly what I have. Partner knows that and has decided to unilaterally bid game. I'm fine with that. This should make, I've got a pretty good dummy considering what I showed. But you never know. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Partner has landed in the perfect spot, it looks like. He's got 1 club loser and 1 diamond loser. There's really no way to get around any of these losers. The only thing that can cause him to lose another trick is a 3-0 spade break, but that's not happening now. So this is going to be one of those hands where it's going to be a claim almost immediately. I wonder if I have time for a beer break after this hand. Let me know from anyone watching the stream if anything interesting has intrigued you today. There has been some intriguing things for me today so far. Board 1 was very interesting with the 2-card double. You guys got to see how that was operational. We had a weak no trump blow up in our face and go down 1 when we missed the 4-4 major suit fit. One thing I didn't check is, does the 4-4 major suit fit even make double dummy? Let's see if it does. No, it doesn't actually. So it looks like 1 no and 2 spades should both be down 1. Interesting. 1 no actually on perfect defense can be down 2, but as is life, the opponents don't always defend perfectly. So Ethan has attempted to make a claim here, but the opponents have said, hey, we've got 4 minutes left. I want my money's worth. Please play it out. So Ethan will dutifully play it out. Or did they already accept the claim? Yeah, they already accepted the claim. Interestingly, this is not flat. Let's see what the lead was on this hand for them to make an extra trick. I can't see how. What was led here? Oh my goodness. They led the only card that can allow this contract to make 12 tricks, the low club. That is a very creative lead. This person would be very good at playing reverse bridge. Reverse bridge is a form of bridge where you try to take as few tricks as possible. This person succeeded with flying colors by leading the low club. The only lead that can allow this to make 12 tricks because you underlead your king, queen of clubs, allowing the 10 of clubs to score. Fascinating. Let's see if anybody else found the creative lead of the 4 of clubs. Oh, one person is in six spades, down 1. So that makes up for that crazy score here. Who got to 6 spades? Oh, look at that. It was Eric and Elad. So let's see how they got there. So it went 1 spade. South bid 4 spades, which is reasonable. Following the law of total tricks, you've got 10 trumps, you're white on red. You bid 4 spades in competition. That's fine. Then Elad looked at his hand and he said, hey, now I know 4 spades is preemptive, but how preemptive exactly is it? Maybe partner has the ace of diamonds. If partner has the ace of diamonds, we might be golden. Or maybe partner has the king of clubs, in which case we might be golden still. He bid key card. Partner had nothing. Then Elad bid 5 no, which probably is asking for kings, but by that stage it's too late anyway. Eric says no kings. Elad signs off in 6 spades, and of course Eric has nothing. There's no way to make this unless the 4 of clubs is led. That's unfortunate. I can see why Elad explored for slam there, but unfortunately partner had a complete bust other than the trump suit. That's too bad. Eric and Elad are very good players. I wonder what Ethan thinks about that one. Oh, someone, let's see if anybody else on the board where we stopped in 2 hearts had an auction like ours. Did anyone else get to 2 hearts? And if so, how did they do it? So a few people did get to 2 hearts on that hand. The auction went a diamond, 1 heart, 1 no with this shape, 2 hearts. Interesting. So the way that they got there is by sort of lying about the north shape and bidding 1 no. Here, let's see how it happened. It went 1 heart, and then north passed over the takeout double, which is reasonable, and south bid 2 hearts. Here, how did they get there? This auction looked very similar to ours. This is a pretty normal auction, I would say, playing standard. 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts. That's very reasonable here. South rightly downgraded and did not make an invite with that hand. So Ethan thinks that maybe they didn't know what version of Blackwood they were playing. So that round ended up being not good, which is shocking because nothing too abnormal happened there. I guess it was just one of those rounds that ended up being pretty flat all around. We weren't really able to separate ourselves from the pack. And that's fine. When you're playing in a match point game, you don't want to be trying to separate yourself from the pack on every single hand. You want to try to be doing normal things. And if there's no opportunity to score extra match points, you just move on to the next hand. All right, what's 1 club? Could be short. Okay, I've got a 1 spade overcall. I'm going to take my beer break after this round if I have time. So over this sequence, partner has a series of transfer advances available. 1 club would be a diamond bid. 2 clubs would be a diamond bid, 2 diamonds would be a heart bid, and 2 hearts would be an invitational plus spade raise, which is most likely here. Over a invitational spade raise, what am I going to do? Do I sign off? I probably do. I have a 12 count. It's nothing special to really go for game. Ethan can always re-invite after I sign off in 2 spades. So let's see if Ethan bids 2 hearts. Oh, okay, so 2 diamonds is a transfer advance showing hearts. I have nothing to say other than completing the transfer. With 2 card support to the king, I should just bid 2 hearts and then let partner take it from there. He can always make a raise if he wants to. With only 5 hearts, he might try 2 no. Okay, so this is, it looks like an invitational heart bid. I could try 3 no here. The problem with 3 no is my diamonds are wide open. Although the opponents are unlikely to have running diamonds. Partner very likely has 6 hearts. The reason I say that is because he had a 2 no trump bid available, so he should have 6 hearts here. I have 13. Partner's inviting. I think it's reasonable for me to go here. Ethan doesn't know that I have this good of a hand. I could have as few as 8 for this overcall. And I've got like a good, solid opener here. I think it makes sense to bid 4 hearts. I might even have a ruff in diamonds. This is probably going to be one of those thin games, but partner has elected to make an invite opposite me as a overcall, which could be as few as 8. I have a solid 12-13, so I think this is fine. Okay, so I'm happy with the spot that we've landed in. It looks like we've got a couple diamond losers, but there's going to be 2 diamonds to get rid of. There's also the possibility of a trump loser as well. So I think what I want to do is I want to start trying to figure out what I'm going to do with these diamonds. So I think by playing a low diamond immediately might be the best use of my entry to hand. Because I may want to rough a diamond actually. The other option is to look and try to set up tricks in the spade suit. I think that might actually be better. If I win with the king of clubs and I run the queen of spades and it holds, does that help me? Not really. I still have to deal with all these diamonds. If it loses, then I need to hold the trump suit to no losers. All right. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by playing the king of clubs. And I'm going to run the queen. Okay, so the queen held. That's the first hurdle. Okay. So now let's see. How do I get to my hand? I could start by playing the queen of diamonds actually. Yeah, I think playing the queen of diamonds is reasonable to start with, because then I want to play a diamond out of my hand. So East smartly ducked. Looks like West started with a doubleton club. Now I'm going to play another diamond up. Definitely going to duck this. So it looks like West started with a doubleton club. I've got 1 diamond pitch now on my spade, and I might be able to rough one as well. Okay, so now I'm going to rough this diamond. I'm going to throw the other diamond on a spade. Oh, okay, so I don't need to rough a diamond. Okay, so I'm just going to play this. Cash my king. I'm going to play a club because actually this club might not be safe, because East could actually have a short club. So I'm going to get to hand with a spade instead. East is marked with the king of spades, so I'm just going to rough this and cash the ace. Hopefully I drop a queen here. We'll see. Nope. Okay, so it looks like this is going to end up being down, because East has 2 natural trump tricks. Yeah, I should just play the diamond. And then East is going to get the last 2. So I don't think that I could have played this much better here. We'll see what the double dummy says. Tricky hand. With that trump break offside, I don't think I'm ever making. Let's see. So double dummy, it's always down 1, but only on a trump lead. So at trick 1, let's see if there's a double dummy way to make this. So I should run the queen, which I did. So that was the first hurdle. Next was playing the queen of diamonds, which I also did. So where did I go wrong here? So I won the ace. Next, what I have to do is play a diamond, which I also did. good, so far so good. After that was ruffed. I played a diamond, which is also good. Then I played the King of Hearts. Then I need to play the Ace of Spades, interestingly. Okay. So the Ace of Spades, what does that do? That effectively is going to end play East by playing the Ace of Spades. If I play the Ace of Spades, and then I exit a spade, so Ace of Spades, ruff a spade, and then exit with the Jack of Diamonds, then I think East is going to be end played. I have to cash the Ace of Hearts, actually, before I play the Jack of Diamonds to end play East. Interesting. So that's a cool end position. I'm not sure if that's the percentage way to play this hand. Certainly works when you're playing East for 4 hearts offside. At that point, the trump count was not known. Okay, so the opponents are heading through a strong auction here. This is okay. So this is a non-bust hand. It looks like 3 to 10 high card points. That's a very strange range. The other question is, should we be in 4 hearts to begin with? I think we should. This looks like an odds-on contract. About half the field is in game, half the field's not in game. Actually, most of the field is in game here. This is going to end up being about a 50% board. Some people are down 2. All right, what's going on here? It looks like this is a Stayman auction, so I got to start thinking, what am I going to lead against 4 spades? In 4 spades, they might be in a 4-4 trump fit. What should I lead if that's the case? Well, a heart is unlikely to give up a trick. I think probably leading a low heart is my best bet here. Leading one of the minor suits may end up pickling partner, so I'm just going to lead a low heart. And this is 5th or low from odd. When faced with a choice here with a long suit and 2 very small suits, against a very strong hand, you probably want to just lead a card that's not going to give up any tricks. And it looks like here it may actually have given up a trick, depending on what East's holding was. It looks like East might have had King, Queen, small, which means partner might actually have a stiff heart. And if that's the case, I might be able to give partner a heart ruff here. So the question is now, do I want to give partner a heart ruff? So if East started with King, Queen, small of hearts, do I want to give partner a heart ruff? Yeah, I think I do. At match points, this might be the only trick that we're getting. I want to play low. I would rather him play a club back than a diamond. So I'm hoping partner can ruff this and then shift to a club. So partner is going to ruff this. So East did in fact start with King, Queen, small of hearts. Now partner's got to decide where are we getting other tricks from. So I've asked for a club, not because I have any clear preference, but because leading a diamond may end up giving up a trick for a partner. I could have led kind of a middling heart to not encourage partner either way. I'm just going to discourage clubs by playing the 4. Partner's going to know now that I probably have nothing in either of the minors. The 9 may end up being valuable, so I'm going to keep that 9 of clubs. East has a heart blockage now. I can afford to give this up. East has stiff Queen of hearts left. So I want to keep 2 hearts to the jack so that it preserves the blockage position. East now has to unblock his top heart and then cross to dummy. I'm going to give count in the diamond suit. So now East is unblocking. He's going to play small here, cross to dummy with the King of Diamonds. So this might be game over here. We'll see. We're running a bit low on time here. East should have another spade in his hand. If this is the end of the hand, though, then we probably did well by getting our heart rough. Hopefully partner has the king of clubs. That would have been great if we got an extra club trick from that club shift. Okay, so I'm glad partner shifted to that club. That was a nice shift by partner. Okay, here we go. So we've got one more hand to play in 5 minutes. That should be a really good score because I don't think we can ever take more than 3 tricks on this hand. In fact, the opponents can take all the tricks. So this is a complete top for us because we were able to get our heart rough, and after Ethan shifted to a club, East failed to take the club finesse. Maybe they were watching my heart spot and thought I had the king of clubs. Who knows? Oh, so East thought they were playing in no trump. That explains some things. So that'll be a very good score. That'll be a top for us, a 50% for us. And if we ever finish this hand, we'll see what this ends up being. So East is lost in thought on the opening points. He's counting up his high card points, counting them up again. 20, 21, 22, 23. And the time is slowly ticking away as East is counting up his high card strength. Okay, so East only had 15 to 17 points to count up. And it took him more seconds than that. Okay, so against a 3-no trump contract, which is the most likely contract, what am I going to lead here? It's really going to depend on their auction. Oh, transfer. Interesting. So they play minor suit transfers. So is this a transfer to clubs or is it a transfer to diamonds? Transfer to what? The question is, do I lead away from one of my major suits here? Usually on an auction like this, where the opponents have not introduced a major suit, you have a heavy major suit bias to lead away from one of your majors. Okay, I think I'm going to lead a spade here. I think a spade is pretty indicated. Transfer to diamonds. Leading a club isn't going to help. I think leading a spade is pretty clear here. You usually want to avoid leading bad 4-card suits against 3-no because the best thing that could possibly happen is that you set up 3 club tricks. Here, by leading away from my king, it's no big deal. Partner can play a spade the next time he comes in. So the 8 is discouraging, which means next time I get in, I'm not going to play a spade. A club probably wouldn't have done much here anyway. The opponents are going to run out of time. They're not going to end up making this, it looks like. Or they're not going to end up playing many more cards here. Probably the Gib is just going to calculate what this is going to end up being. Unfortunately, when the Gib makes this calculation early on in the hand, it assumes double dummy play, and usually the opponents do not declare double dummy, so it usually gives them tricks more than they would actually take. But that goes both ways. It also assumes that the defenders defend double dummy as well. Let's see what they pitch. Partner has pitched a discouraging heart, so I'm going to pitch my clubs because partner's pitching discouraging hearts. I need to guard hearts. I don't like clubs. I'm telling partner, please hold on to your clubs. but that's the end. Oh wow, so they adjusted it to 3-no down 1. Interesting. Okay, so Ethan interestingly ducked with the queen of spades. I'm not sure why he made that duck. Low, low, interesting. Okay. Well, it ended up working, I guess. Okay, so we're up to 75%. Okay, so partners bid 2 hearts. I've got kind of a 14 count, but this is good enough that I want to try playing in 4 hearts. Even though I don't have a great hand, based on the law of total tricks, with a hand this good and 2 top trumps, I think it's reasonable to take a shot at 4. I wonder if this 3-no is going to end up being adjusted to making, because I think Declare probably would have made this contract after Ethan ducked the opening trick. Okay, so let's see where we're at on this one. So it looks like off the top we're off a diamond, and we're off a club for sure. The problem with this hand is dealing with all of those little clubs in Ethan's hand. And I think with this many trumps, Ethan should have no problem roughing some of them. The question is, how many rounds of trump do you pull before playing on clubs? You could probably start actually by just playing on clubs right away. You're not going to get over-roughed on this hand. So Ethan's drawn 1 round of trump. I would probably stop here and play on clubs. But Ethan may draw another round of clubs, or another round of hearts. So now Ethan is going to hope to rough 2 clubs in dummy, and that works as long as clubs are 4-2 and no worse than that. If clubs are 5-1, then he doesn't have enough trumps to rough all these clubs out. A 5-1 break, though, is less than 10% of the time, so Ethan 90% of the time will be fine on this hand. Ethan attempted just then a Chinese finesse of some kind, hoping that West would duck the queen of spades and that he could pitch that diamond. Now Ethan's going to start on the clubs, and hopefully they're splitting 4-2. If that's the case, then Ethan is going to end up making 5 here. Okay, so club split at least 4-2. So Ethan is going to take all the tricks after this diamond is cashed. It's always good when the first hand you play in a round is a really quick one, because it gives you tons of time to think about the subsequent hands, to bid them properly, to defend properly, and declare properly. What hand are we on here? 12? Oh, I never got my my beer break, did I? Maybe next hand that Ethan plays, someone can remind me to go get my beer. Hopefully Ethan plays the next hand. So Ethan probably thought here that my 2 of spades was led from 4, and that's probably why he played the 8 of spades on trick 1 rather than the queen. I think it's still right, though, to play the queen even if I have 4. Even if I have 4 spades, the worst case scenario is that East had a stiff spade, which in the first place is pretty unlikely. Ethan should be able to count that I only have 3 spades on this auction. East must have 2, West must have 3, he has 5, so I must have 3. Alright, so I've got a 12 count, so I'm going to open 1 spade. That hand should end up being pretty flat. I think everyone's going to be in 4 hearts making the same tricks. It is flat, except one person actually got doubled in 4 hearts. Probably what happened here is the double was meant as showing cards, and East decided, rather than bidding 4 spades, to just leave the double in, which is fine. Usually double in this scenario is showing a penalty-oriented hand over 4 hearts, although if you have the agreement that it's takeout at this level, then East should certainly have taken that out to 4 spades. I don't know what their agreement was for that double. Personally, Ethan and I in that auction would play double as card showing and penalty oriented. Okay, so I'm in 4 spades all of a sudden. I've got lots of time to play it. So let's look at this hand and see what's going on. It looks like I'm going to have 1 spade loser. I've got no heart losers because I can ruff 1 and dummy. I've got 3 club losers. So really the key to this hand is going to be not losing 3 clubs and only losing 2. That should be able to be accomplished in several ways, either by a 3-3 club break or by pitching clubs on diamonds. So first of all, I should just cover this 9 and then see what East produces, and that'll ensure me only 1 spade loser. The 9 of spades is a really nice lead for me because it means I don't have to guess the spade suit. Now my 8 is an important card. I can knock out the ace of spades, and then my 8 grows up, even on a 3-1 spade break. Oh, so West has just left the building. So I wonder what's happened to West. So while we're waiting for West, I can think about how I best want to approach this hand. There's no rush to ruff a heart. I can always ruff a heart later after trumps are drawn. The question is, do I play a trump or do I cash my king, queen of diamonds first? The answer to that is certainly play a trump. If I cash my king, queen of diamonds first, what might happen is the second one might get ruffed on a 5-1 break. Or what that also does for the defenders is it allows them to see what the diamond position is. So what I'm going to do is just play a spade. This way I conserve the fact that I have these 2 diamonds. The opponents won't know that I have potentially running diamonds, so they might not know to shift to a club right away. What I want to see is I want to see a heart continuation, or I want to see a spade continuation. East is left with the lone 7 of spades. So this is great. So I'm going to win this 7 of spades. My 5 of spades in dummy can serve as an entry either through a heart ruff or by playing a spade. It's going to be through a heart ruff. But before I get there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cash my king, queen of diamonds. I'm going to cross with a heart ruff and then see what the diamond break is. If the diamonds are breaking 3-3, then I'm very happy and I'm only going to lose 1 club. So let's see what happens there. Okay, so I'm going to start with the heart ruff. I'm going to cash my ace of diamonds and then see what shows up. Once I cash my ace of diamonds, if the diamonds are splitting 4-2, then I'll just set up my diamonds by ruffing 1. All right, let's see. Yep, so they're 3-3, which means that I'm going to be able to pitch 2 clubs and not lose a club. So I'm just going to play this out so the opponents can see what I'm doing here. This should be a good score for 2 reasons. The first is we got a trump lead, which prevented me from needing to guess the spade suit, which I may have guessed wrong. The second reason this is going to be good is because the opponents failed to shift to a club before their ace of spades was knocked out. So this is a top board there. No one else is making 12 tricks. Ethan telling me good job covering the 9. Covering the 9 of spades, I think, has to be automatic there to guard against this position. So if you look on this 9 of spades lead, if I don't cover the 9 with the 10, then what's going to happen is East will just duck, and East will score 2 spade tricks instead of 1. By covering the 9 with the 10, you force the jack out of East and then can subsequently smother the 7 with the 8. In fact, on the spade lead, I'm always making 12 tricks. What they need to do to hold me to 11 tricks is actually lead the king of clubs. Actually, leading the king of clubs holds me to 10 tricks. Leading a low club holds me to 11 because of the club blockage. Interesting that nobody else is taking this many tricks. Let's see what the common lead was against most of these tables. I'm curious. So here, a heart was led. Here, let's see what was led. Another heart. Here, a heart was led. And here, a heart was led. So on a heart lead, it should always make 12 tricks. But what probably happens is Declarer probably misguesses the spades. The The way to actually make all the spades except one is to lead the queen of spades from dummy, pinning the nine of spades. So Misty's been having some connection problems. The good news, though, is that we have 8 minutes left on the clock, so she's got plenty of time to sort out her connection problems while we analyze this hand. So nobody is going to play the spade suit this way. Depending on what was played earlier in the hand, probably the percentage way to play this suit is to play low to the king and then see what comes up. But if you play low to the king, that's not going to work here because you'll play low, East is going to play low, you'll play the king, the 9 will drop and you're still going to lose 2 tricks. So the only way to take all but one spade trick is leading the queen here. When I got this 9 of spades lead, that prevented me from having to make that decision. Board 7, what a disaster. Yeah, board 7, that was a pretty bad score. We ended up not finding our 4-4 major fit because we opened a weak no trump. But the rest of the game was made up for that one. We're rolling along at about a 76% game, and that I would think would go up after this round. This is oh my goodness, so there's 3 4 hearts doubled. So this ends up being just like an average score. Okay, so this looks invitational. West has 6 diamonds and an opening hand. East has 4 or 5 hearts. So opposite this, I have to decide what to lead. Knowing that West has 6 diamonds, obviously a diamond is out of the question here. A heart is also out of the question, given East has 4 or 5 hearts. So that leaves a black suit lead. I could lead a spade, although what goes against leading a spade is it's a 4-card suit, and generally leading 4-card suits against 3-0 should be avoided. However, my club suit is really bad for leads. The clubs could very well be a frozen suit, in which case leading a club might blow a trick. So I think on balance, probably leading my 4th best spade, as much as I hate to do it, is going to be the right lead. And it's also going to be the lead that most of the field is leading. So even though the club may end up being the better simulation lead, I think the spade is what I'm going to lead here. So after looking at this dummy, I'm pretty happy with the spade lead. It looks like what's going to end up happening is Declarer is going to win the opening lead, run some diamonds, and then try to set up hearts. But depending on Ethan's holding, Ethan might have a pretty good holding in spades. So Ethan's playing the queen, maybe from king-queen. If Ethan had king-queen, East might have decided to duck this. So I'm going to have to pay very close attention to who might have the king of spades on this hand. Ethan might give me a helpful reverse Smith signal. On the play of the diamonds, we have an agreement that we're going to tell each other what sort of suit we are guarding. Okay, so this is a reverse Smith signal. Do I want a spade continuation? Yes, I do. So I'm going to play small. That's a reverse Smith signal saying I like spades. So East is unblocking the king, probably holding the ace of hearts. If East does not hold the ace of hearts, then maybe East is trying to set up the 9th trick by playing the king holding the queen in hand. So this is very curious that, that East has played it this way. Ethan is helpfully playing the 10, either from 10-9 fourth or from 10-9 doubleton. I'm going to play this as my standard remainder count card. Regardless of what Ethan started with, whether it's 2 spades left or 3, I want to be able to cash this jack later. So I'm going to play the jack as a standard remainder count card. What I'm going to do here is now that East is going to cross to dummy with the diamonds, I'll just keep my ace of heart, my ace of clubs, and my good spades. And this will probably end up being a pretty good score. So what I'm going to do, I can't claim just yet because theoretically East could have 2 spades left. So I'm not going to claim yet. I'm going to let them just play this out. Although I probably am going to take the last 3 tricks. This will end up being a good score because we set up our spades. So what I'm looking for now is just where the spade cards are. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to claim I've got the last 3 tricks. because I've got the ace of clubs, I have the 10 of hearts, and the jack of spades. So East is going to run his diamonds and then give me the last 3 tricks. Never let the opponents run their long suit on you as defender if you can help it. Just claim ahead of time. That way the declarer doesn't get the enjoyment of running their long solid suit. That's what I always say. Okay, so 3-0 is just making. This ends up being an average score because most people are taking more tricks in 3-0, or some people are actually not even in 3-0. Looking at the best lead here, it looks like the best lead actually happens to be a heart. And the reason for that is by playing a heart, partner plays the ace and then shifts to a heart again, which ends up setting up a heart trick. The declarer has double stops in all the other suits. So what declarer did wrong here is declarer should not have set up the heart suit for us. Declarer should just have run the diamonds and then played a club. After winning that king, declarer should not play a heart. Declarer can actually make 2 extra tricks here by shifting to a club. Interesting. So maybe, is Ethan's correct play the 10? No, the queen is fine. Declarer should just play on clubs, it looks like. Setting up a club, and then potentially setting up a squeeze at the end. This might be an interesting one to analyze later. It's interesting that a club immediately is better than diamonds first. Maybe it's because playing diamonds first ends up squeezing East's own hand. And East has to decide what to pitch before South. That's probably what happened. Okay, I'm going to go and get a beer. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, ready to go for the next round. Today I'm drinking a San Miguel beer. So going to the liquor store the other day, I actually got tricked into buying this beer. I decided I wanted to get a nice Spanish beer, so I saw the name San Miguel and thought, hey, that sounds like a Spanish beer, and I bought it without looking closely at it. It turns out that this is actually a beer from Hong Kong, not Spanish at all. However, it's quite good. So we're nearing the final legs of this game, and we're rolling along around a 75% game, which is pretty good. We just need to play steady from here on out, and we should have this game locked up. 3-0 ended up being a 60% board because most are taking more tricks than the opponents did. I've been dealt a pretty interesting red-suited hand here. Over East's 1 club opener or 1 spade opener, I have methods to show this hand. So my bid here is 2-0. So 2-0 here shows opening plus values and the red suits. West passed very quickly before even hearing the alert, which is interesting. So Ethan's 3 diamonds is to play. East himself probably has a 2-suited hand and is likely to bid. But over 3 diamonds, I can't bid again. I've already shown my hand. I've got a 2-suited hand, opening plus values. Partner knows that. He can make a decision opposite that bid. Okay, so where are we at on this one? So it looks like we're off a couple of spades. And maybe that's it. This might actually make 5 diamonds, which wouldn't be good for us. Hopefully, one of the red suit cards is off. Although, based on the opening bid with East, the red suit king the king of hearts is likely to be onside. There's also the possibility of a actually no, there's no possibility of a spade ruff here. Ethan can just overruff a spade. The other possibility for the defenders is to get a diamond trick. So if the queen of diamonds is backed by 3 supporting cards, Ethan may guess wrong with the diamond suit. It looks as though East has short spades, so if I had to pinpoint someone that might have 3 diamonds, it would be East. East shape could be 2 spades, 4 hearts, and maybe 4-3 in the minors. So I would have played the diamonds the other way if I was Ethan, but maybe Ethan's going to get away with it. So that 9, now Ethan has to decide, does he try to drop the queen? I would try to drop the queen here and play the king. There we go. So there's the queen. So the inference there is East showed up with a short spade, opened clubs, so probably has some diamond suit length. So Ethan did well there. Hopefully he's able to guess the king right. So this is going to be making 5, which is unfortunate because that means that some lucky fellows are going to end up bidding all the way up to 5 diamonds for whatever reason, and it's going to end up making because of a fortuitous location of the queen of diamonds and king of hearts. Maybe we'll get lucky though and no one will be there, but I can't imagine this is going to be a good score. At best, this will be an average score. Unless the opponents are doing ridiculous things their way and going down vulnerable, but I think it's unlikely. So no one's played this yet. Yeah, always makes 5 because of the location. So East actually did not have a short spade. East led the ace from ace third of spades. So the shape that I had guessed was close, but not entirely correct. Okay, so what do we have here? So we've got a 13 count with long diamonds. This is a pretty easy 1 diamond opener. Opposite. Okay, so I expected Ethan was going to bid 1 spade, but West has taken the liberty of doing that. I can make a reopening double here. If Ethan bids 2 clubs over my reopening double, then I just retreat to 2 diamonds. So it's a pretty routine reopening double. Over East's 2 heart bid, if he chooses to bid 2 hearts, I also have a reopening double. 2 diamonds, interesting. Okay, so 2 diamonds shows a very good heart raise. What I'm going to do is bid 2 spades, and the reason I'm doing that is because 2 spades here shows that I have long diamonds and 4 spades. Ethan will recognize that. And this also is more preemptive than just doubling 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds certainly is not natural by East. West is correctly identifying that 2 diamonds is an invite or better in hearts. So I've really shown my hand here. I don't think I can unilaterally make a sacrifice, so I'm not going to. As much as it pains me to pass here, I think I have to just pass. Ethan knows I have at least 5 diamonds and at least 4 spades. There's a slim chance I could even be 6-5 on this bidding. And Ethan's decided to lead neither of my suits and lead a club. Interesting. So why might he have done that? It could be that he has vulnerable holdings in the spade suit, but even if he had a vulnerable holding, he probably would have led one. Why did he not lead a diamond? Maybe he saw no future in the diamond suit because he has diamond length of his own. That's probably the most likely scenario, is he's got 3 diamonds and didn't see a future in the diamond suit. Okay, and the 4 looks like it's from an odd number of cards, so he's probably got 5 clubs. So Ethan's got 5 clubs, which leaves Declarer with 3 clubs. Okay, so the 7 of hearts is a suit preference card. Is there any reason not to cash a couple diamonds here? I don't think so. I can't see a need to play a club back. There's also no need to urgently shift to a spade if Ethan has 5 clubs. Then there's no pitches for declarer. Okay, so the 10 of diamonds is discouraging. Even if he's got a discouraging diamond hand, I don't see the need to not play my king of diamonds. Even if this gets roughed, it's fine. Okay. So Ethan probably started with 3 diamonds, which means declarer is out. So declarer had 3 clubs. He had 2 diamonds, 5 hearts, and 3 spades. So now I have to play a club. Playing a spade could give up a trick. The club is safe. Ethan's probably got 5 clubs, so this isn't going to give up a trick. Now what's going to happen is declarer is going to draw trump and is going to have to play spades for no losers. Okay, but it looks like declarer can play spades for no losers. In any case, we got all of our tricks. The question is, do we have a sacrifice? Is anybody sacrificing here? No one's played it. Let's see. So if we're in 5 diamonds, we lose 2 top spades and a ruff, so that's 3. And we lose 2 clubs, so that's 5. So we lose 5 tricks. So that's down to 3, and that's too much. So it's good we didn't sacrifice. This is 420 versus 500 had we sacrificed. However, in 5 diamonds, the opponents won't always find their spade ruff. And if they don't find their spade ruff, then it's 300 versus 500. So it looks flat so far. Everyone is in 4 hearts. How did 16 end up doing? Right in the middle as expected, maybe slightly above average. All right, nothing to do over 1 no. We've got lots of time to play this hand. Ethan can make a reopening takeout double here if he wants to. If he does that, what am I going to do over a reopening takeout double? Probably bid 2 clubs. Okay, so over 1 no, what are my lead choices here? So they don't play a forcing 1 no. And that says something, because if it might be useful to know if they play Bergen raises here, because if they do play Bergen raises, that means that not Bergen raises, Drury, because if they do play Drury, 2 clubs and 2 diamonds weren't available to East, so East may in fact have minor suit length. The major suits, though, don't look very attractive to lead from. East could certainly have 4 hearts. I'm going to ask if they play Drury. Because if they don't play Drury, then that means 2 clubs and 2 diamonds were available, so they can't have a 5-card minor suit. I'm going to ask West just so I get an answer. Someone will answer me eventually. There's lots of time to play this hand. Drury, okay, so they do play Drury, which means 2 clubs by East was not available to bid as a natural suit. So East could have a natural long club suit. I don't think there's any rush to play a major suit here. Playing a club, though, doesn't seem smart either. The field is going to lead a club. I think I'm just going to go with the field lead and lead the 10 of clubs. Although East could certainly have a long club suit because they do play Drury and 2 clubs wasn't available. Ethan knows the 10 is from Jack 10. We play Rusino. Looking at the dummy, it looks like the club lead is probably as good as any. The heart suit may well be frozen. Ethan does not have the queen of clubs. Okay, so what are the spots here? The 6 was played here and the 4. So Ethan started with 4 clubs. Which means Declare started probably with ace queen, or potentially Declare started with queen third, and maybe partner is trying to do something sneaky with the ace king. So I'm just going to play the 2 as my standard remainder count. I'm going to have to decide what to play back, but I think it's safe to continue clubs based on this 4 of clubs play. It looks like Ethan started with 4 clubs, and Declare may have ducked with either ace queen of clubs, ace queen third, or queen third of clubs. So I'm going to start counting Declare's points as well. So there's the queen. Okay, so Ethan did play that card. So do I unblock here? Is there any reason to unblock? I don't think so. Partner may have actually played low from ace small. Okay, so we've got 4 tricks. I can see 2. Where are the rest coming from? Well, maybe a spade. So if Ethan's got the queen of spades, then that'll be nice. East probably would not have been pitching spades if he had the queen of spades. There we go. So Ethan's queen held, so that's the setting trick. East has 1 more spade in his hand. The 7 is a discouraging part, so partner probably does not have the king of hearts. Which means I might have to actually cash this ace of spades. So if I cash the ace of spades, and then I shift to the 10 of diamonds, that might be the best option here. I think it's probably time to cash out at this stage. Ethan doesn't have the king of hearts, so let's cash this and shift to a diamond. Hopefully I didn't blow a trick by cashing that ace of spades, but I didn't see a future in continuing anything else because East should have the king of hearts from Ethan's 7 of hearts play. Unless Ethan's 7 of hearts, I was distracted. No, okay, so he's got the 2 of hearts, so Ethan doesn't have the king of hearts. So it should be fine. Yeah, so nothing we can do. It looks like it was time to cash out, and down 1 is good. The key was playing a low spade for my ace, so that East would misguess the spade suit. So if you look here at that stage, after Ethan played low to my jack, playing a spade or a heart is the way to go at that stage. So 50 is going to be pretty good our way. This is one of the reasons why playing attitude shifts as defense can really help you. If you look at this, the point at which Ethan shifted to a heart, it was really key that he shifted to that 7 of hearts, which is a discouraging heart. Had he shifted to the 2, I would have played Ethan for the king of hearts, and I would have continued a heart. But knowing that Ethan had played the 7, which certainly is a high spot in that scenario, I knew there was no future to continuing the heart suit. So I cash out, cash the ace, and then hope that we have a diamond trick coming, rather than playing on hearts. If you don't play attitude shifts, and in fact you play count shifts, which most people play, You'll know what Ethan's count is in the heart suit when he makes a shift, but you won't know whether Ethan has the king of hearts or the jack of hearts, and you'll be left in the dark. So that's why I like attitude shifts, but like anything that you play on defense, there's some pros and cons to doing that. Attitude shifts, while are great for locating high cards, can be sometimes deceiving on the count of the suit. However, usually by the time a shift mid-hand has made, you've already counted out the hand, and you don't even need partner's count by that stage. But you may very well need to know whether he has a certain high card. So we like attitude shifts versus no trump. And I think if you look at and see what most experts play in that scenario, it'll be pretty split down the middle as to whether they play attitude shifts or count shifts. But I think the majority of experts that I follow play attitude shifts and like those. Okay, where are we at now? We've slowly been falling, although we haven't really made many mistakes tonight at all. So we're playing pretty well. There's 2 rounds to go. Let's finish it up strong. We're playing, let's see, Patty, and we are playing Kevin. As I'm drinking this beer, I don't think I have time to mess this up. We're at 72%, so no matter how much I drink here, I think we probably should be good to finish up the night, unless we have some serious disasters and I lose my mind. So Ethan's opening 1 diamond. In this position again, usually a strong no trump. I've got a bit of a tricky bid if Ethan responds 1 no over my 1 spade. I'll have to decide to invite or not. So if he bids 1 spade, that would show actually 15 to 17, or 15 to 16 in this position. And with 8, I think I just pass him in 1 no trump. Oh, that's interesting. So pass here shows a 3-card spade suit and probably an unbalanced hand. Or maybe he's got a weak hand with 4 spades, but this should really be a 3-card spade suit, and that's what he has. So I'm not sure why he didn't just bid 1 no here. I think 1 no is a perfectly reasonable spot. But okay, we're going to play in 1 spade. So here's a swing. Normally you don't want to be playing for any swings when you're up this much, but a swing we shall play on this hand. So let's see, what are we going to do here? What do I want shifted to? Do I want them to continue diamonds, or do I not want them to continue diamonds? I don't think I do want them to continue diamonds. I don't want to get a diamond ruff happening, so I'm just going to drop the queen here. Okay, West is persevering. I'm going to play the king to preserve communications. It looks like West started with a 2-card diamond suit, which means West is the favorite to hold the long trump suit. So there's a couple of ways I could approach this hand. I could either approach the hand from trying to ruff clubs and dummy and cross-ruff the hand, or I could try to draw trump and then ruff diamonds. I don't think drawing trump and ruffing diamonds is going to be a viable strategy here because West is likely to hold long trumps and short diamonds, so that's probably not going to work. It might be better just to cash my top 2 hearts after playing a club and then cross-ruffing the hand. If I play a club, though, and the ace of clubs is offside, then I'm going to get a diamond ruff through. That's fine, though. If I get a diamond ruff through, that's no problem, because West likely has the long trumps. So I'm just going to play a club. West smoothly ducking. East winning the ace and shifting to a diamond, which is going to get ruffed by West. That's fine by me, because I'm going to play this hand as a cross ruff after that happens. Oh, okay. A club comes through. So I'm just going to play small. East probably has a doubleton club. Otherwise, why would East play that club? Okay, interesting. So I did not want to see a trump shift. So if East started with a doubleton club and West started with a doubleton diamond, that means that the spades may, in fact, be splitting 3-3. So I think for now it's probably best to play the queen here. I want to hold this trick. I'm going to play small, playing east for the king. Okay, so east did not have the king. Let's see what comes back here. Okay, so that's interesting. So a heart comes back. So now it might be best to hook the spades. I'm going to play low to the jack, low to the king, and then play a spade. And then play small. Okay, so both spades offside. Club comes back. Okay, so east did not have a doubleton club. So now I have to decide how are the spades splitting here. So one thing that I don't think I want to do is play a diamond, which is liable to get roughed. If I play a heart, I can at least figure out what the count is on the hand. So I think I should cash my heart here. If I rough a spade and then play a spade, that loses when the spades are 3-3, which they very well might be. I think I should play the jack of hearts first and pitch a club. East might end up roughing here. East does not rough. Okay, so now I have to hope for 3-3 trumps. And trumps were 3-3, so there we go. Okay, +1. So that may end up being fine, because one no probably makes just one. Yeah, so one no is making one. One spade +1 is fine. Looks like double dummy. I did about as well as I could there. Let's see, was I right about some of the count here? So West did have a doubleton diamond. East obviously did not have a doubleton club after that ace of clubs shift. Okay, so let's see next hand. So I've got nothing to say over one spade. It's not really good enough for a takeout double, is it? Actually, sure, let's make a takeout double here. Have some fun. You gotta live a little, right? This is not a good takeout double, but I'm gonna make it anyway. What I've essentially done here is I've let the opponents know exactly what the breaks are gonna be in each of the side suits. So I'm trying to help them out as much as I can by letting them know where all the high card strength and where the hearts are and where the clubs are. We'll see if they make any inferences about that. So one thing the double has allowed me to do is know that partner probably doesn't have 4 hearts. So I can determine what to lead based on that. Do I want to lead a heart anyway? Well, the downside of leading a heart is 1, it's a 4-card suit, and 2, it's headed by the King 10, which is a very unattractive holding to lead from. Leading from a spade is definitely not a good idea. West is probably 5-4 in the minors. It might be good to lead a club. The field is leading a heart here. And I think because we're ahead, I don't want to rock the boat. I'm just going to lead what the field is leading with a low heart. Although partner rates not to have 4 hearts, this likely is going to be the par lead. And really what I want to do at this stage is just make par decisions and ride this out. Okay, the 9. So East probably started with ace, queen, jack. Maybe 4th, probably 4th. So it doesn't look like the next time I get in I should play a heart. I should let partner do that. I'm going to play reverse Smith, saying I want a heart played through. Leading a club may have blown a trick as well if East ended up having a 10, so it's fine not to lead a club here. Okay, so partner had the 10 of clubs. So the clubs are split 4, 4, 4, 1 around the table, unless partner's playing the 10 as a count card. I could duck this spade here. Do I want to duck this spade? That might be fun. No, I can't duck now. If Patty had played the king or the queen, I might have ducked, though. So the 6 looks like a odd card. So the spades are probably split 5, 3, 3, 2 around the table. The clubs are split 4, 4, 4, 1 around the table, which leaves East with what? Probably leaves East with 1 diamond. So East has only 1 diamond in hand. If that 1 diamond is the 10, I could actually pin that 10 by leading the jack. So I must play the jack of diamonds. If East has the stiff king of diamonds, then playing the jack isn't going to help. Hopefully I pinned the 10 here. Nope. But Ethan is probably happy I shifted to a diamond. If my count is correct, then Ethan should have 5 diamonds here. So Ethan's shifted to a heart. That's nice. So now, let's see. The question is, do I play a heart now? Because if I play a heart, what that ends up doing is it ends up setting up a heart trick for me. That way, East can't run his spades. Yeah, I think that's best. Yeah, so I'm gonna set up my hearts, and this is gonna set up the setting trick. Good on partner to make that heart shift. Maybe my count is wrong and East didn't have a stiff diamond. Maybe partner's 10 of clubs was from 3, in which case East would have 2 clubs. Although that would be very unusual for him to shift to a club at trick 2. I think on balance, probably East has 4 clubs, 5 spades, 3 hearts, and 1 diamond. And if that is the case, then now I'm going to be able to take this one, I can take this one, and then I'm going to pin dummy by playing a club. And what that's going to do is if Ethan happens to have the queen of diamonds, he's going to get it. If East has the queen of diamonds, he is now blocked, because what's going to happen is the ace of diamonds will crash East's queen of diamonds. But it might not matter because East might have running spades and he may be able to just cross to his queen of diamonds and then claim. But there hasn't been a claim yet, so maybe that's not the case. Now it's all up to partner. Oh, okay, so Ethan did have the queen of diamonds. So this is going to be a top board. What we were able to do on this hand is prevent East from running his spades by setting up our heart tricks. Yeah, so Ethan, oh, sorry, the 10 of diamonds was the key card there, not the queen. The queen was already gone. So let's look at trick 1 and see what the optimal lead was. So it looks like on any lead except a spade, this contract should make. And the way declarer should play this is, let's see. It's not a straightforward one to play. He's got 3 top club tricks and a diamond, that's 4. He's got 2 hearts on the lead, that's 6, and 1 spade, that's 7. So he's got to do some declaring in order to make this hand. Let's see if other people are making it. Nobody's making it, but also nobody's going down 3. So this is going to be a top for us, which is great. This hand is going to be an average plus. So we're going to be hovering right around 73, 74 at this point. We've got one hand left to play in 5 minutes to do it, and East is just thinking for a while, counting up her points. While she's counting her points, I'm going to drink my beer. One diamond after a long hesitation. What could that mean? Maybe East has a strong no-trump hand and is planning on rebidding 2-no. We'll see. 1-no. Okay. Maybe East had a decision between opening 1-no and 1 diamond. Regardless, I have to decide what to lead. Again, this is a scenario where I don't really like leading a heart, but I know the par lead is going to be a heart on this hand. So I'm just going to lead a heart away from my king, as much as I hate this. So they may have underbid this one. West has a pretty good hand here. This is a hand that is pretty close to an invite, although not a full invite. So they may end up missing either a spade game or a no-trump game. We'll see. So it looks like East started with Queen-Jack of hearts. That's really all I can gather at this stage. East has a max of 4 hearts. What's East going to do here? Spades or clubs? Looks like clubs. This is reverse Smith. I have nothing to say except I like hearts. So I'm going to say, partner, please continue playing hearts. Partner may have actually wanted a count card from me there. Maybe I should have played a count card instead of a reverse Smith card, but regardless, I think partner knows to duck with his ace of clubs. Now I'm going to play my standard remainder count, so partner now knows I have 3 clubs rather than 2. Ethan winning his ace. Because I signaled for a heart, Ethan's continuing to play hearts. The 8, meaning that he started with 3 hearts. So that means that it's actually not safe for me to continue playing hearts, because based on this 8 of hearts lead, it looks as though East started with 4 hearts to the Queen-Jack, and East should have Queen-X left. So East started with 2 clubs, 4 hearts, and 4-3 likely in the other suits, probably 3 spades. It's possible East started with 5 diamonds and 2 spades. Let's see what partner's pitching here. I need to hold on to both of my hearts. So East is pitching all of the diamonds, which means East probably started with 3 spades and 4 diamonds to begin with. That means I can pitch my diamonds. I don't like diamonds, and I want partner to continue playing hearts, so I'm going to play a low diamond. Ethan's playing an encouraging diamond. East has now pitched 2 diamonds, which means East is down to 1 diamond in hand. Okay. East is down to 1 diamond. I still need to guard my heart suit. So I'm going to pitch another diamond. East has pitched 3 diamonds. Interesting. Okay, so East started then with 5 diamonds and has 1 diamond left, probably the ace. And that means that East started with 2 spades. So if East started with 2 spades, then what I need to do is exit probably a spade. If I play my diamond, that will fell East's ace of diamonds. Is there any need to play anything other than a diamond? I don't think so. Could East possibly have had King 10? I don't think so. No, I think I have to play a spade. There's plenty of time. There's 2 minutes left. Okay, and I should get the last two. So it doesn't look like there's anything that I could have done at the end there. Ethan's saying, sorry, I don't see the clear error. Ethan should have covered the queen of diamonds, it looks like. Oh no, Ethan should have just split his spade honors, but didn't do that. Okay. All right, so I've got another two-suited hand. This is another 2-no bid. So this shows opening plus values and the red suits. So if Ethan splits his honors there, then it should take one less trick. And that changes a 25% hand into a 50% hand. Not a huge deal. In the grand scheme of things, that's probably the only mistake I've seen partner make all night. He's played a pretty solid game. There was one hand that Ethan played that I would have taken a different line, but it ended up being fine. So Ethan's passed over 3 spades. Do I have another bid in me? Well, if East passes 3 spades, I'm going to pass because I think they might even have a game in spades. So I don't want them finding their game. But if East bids 4-0, then I may bid again to try to sack. This hand is too good to sell out for 4 spades. I kind of want to just let them play 4 clubs. I don't want them in game here, so I'm just going to be silent. Okay, there we go. One option I could have had over 4 clubs was bidding 4 diamonds, but that's really a thread the needle type of bid. By bidding 4 diamonds, what you're saying is that you think they're making 4 clubs exactly and that you are down 1 exactly in 4 diamonds. And the odds of that happening are so rare. More likely what happens when you bid 4 diamonds is they just find they're making game. So here I have the option of leading a spade, my singleton, or leading the ace of diamonds. I think it's better here to lead, I'm going to lead my singleton. This may have been bad. But in general, even with an ace-king in a side suit, leading your singleton does better in simulations against suit contracts. Partner can always win at some point and shift to a red suit here. The only time this will lose is if the opponents have the ace of spades and have running clubs and spades, which, looking at the hand here, may actually be the case. So it may end up being that this spade lead cost, which is too bad, because they may end up being able to pitch their red suit losers. The downside of leading a top diamond here is if it gets roughed, then you're in trouble. But the odds of it getting roughed are low, given that partner didn't compete over 3 spades. Although he may have a hand that had a long diamond suit and just didn't want to push the opponents into game. So it's still possible he could have diamond length here. It's also notable that East should not have 3 spades here. So it may be that they don't have running spades. So the 8, what's the 8 from? It looks like the 8 is from, oh hey Doug, looks like the 8 is from 2, looking at the spots. So Ethan probably has 2 hearts, which leaves East with 3 hearts, which means the hearts are not running. Ethan probably has 8 doubleton. What I want to do here is, I think, lead the ace to ask for attitude. I want to know if it's safe to continue the diamond suit. Okay, the 8 is discouraging. There's really no need to cash another top diamond if I believe Ethan's 8 of hearts. Although Ethan could be playing the 8 of hearts from a singleton. And if that 8 of hearts is from a singleton, then that means that the opponents do have a pitch on the diamond suit. So it would be best in that scenario to cash the king of diamonds. There's really no harm in cashing the king of diamonds. Even if East has the queen of diamonds, I think it's fine to cash the king of diamonds here. Okay, so that means that the diamond suit is split 6, 2, 2, 3 around the table. So East should have another diamond. So if I play this jack of diamonds, it's going to get roughed and dummy. There's no need to do that, though. I can just exit a heart. Because maybe Ethan has a winning heart and he can draw dummy's trump. That would be optimal. So East now, winning this heart, will probably want to just rough his diamond and dummy. If Ethan has another trump, he's going to be able to over-rough that. If East does not play a diamond, then East is going to lose a trump trick to Ethan, if Ethan has a top trump. So let's see if Ethan does have a top trump. He does, okay. So there's the top trump. Ethan's shifting to a spade, maybe from the king, trying to be sneaky and make East rough. That's probably what this is from. Ethan certainly has the king of... Does Ethan have the king of spades? He might. He might just be shifting very smoothly to try to get East to rough, and East did fall for the trap and rough. Let's see if it matters. East should be down to just clubs and hearts at this point. So now what I'm pitching is immaterial. Ethan did well to not play his king of spades on trick 1. Me having led the ace-king of diamonds, if I had done that, playing the ace-king of diamonds followed by another diamond wouldn't have gained us any tricks. Ethan had a trump that he was going to get no matter what. So it's down 2. All right, it is down 1. So the question is, do we have 4 diamonds? The answer is no, we do not. So they're actually, it looks like in the par contract, which is 4 clubs down 1. Had we competed to 4 diamonds, we're down. So this is one of those contracts where the opponents did really well to compete to specifically 4 clubs. We did well to set them in 4 clubs, and we also did well not to compete to 4 diamonds. However, had we competed to 4 diamonds, maybe they would have competed to 5 clubs. Who knows? But partner was in a pretty good position to make that decision. I had already described my hand pretty nicely, so I left that decision to him, and he chose not to compete. Although my hand was slightly more shapely than he would have expected with a 6-5 shape as opposed to a 5-5 shape. In terms of leads, it looks like no matter what I lead, this is always down 1. After winning this ace of hearts, can I do anything differently? No. So I shifted to the ace of diamonds and then played my king, which looks good so far. So it looks like it's always down 1, no matter how we defend there. After shifting to a heart, Declare did well to play a diamond, which got over-trumped. Ethan played a spade, and that's it. Yeah, so nothing really too interesting on that hand. Okay, so what am I going to lead against 2 spades? Let's see here. A heart and a spade look pretty unattractive, so it's down to a minor suit lead. West has bid diamonds, so the tie break goes to clubs. I'm going to lead a count card, which is the 3 from 4. Neither of these major suit holdings are attractive to lead from on this auction. The spade could easily give away a trick, given its king doubleton. The ace-jack small is one of the worst holdings to lead from. This is a holding that you want to keep as long as possible. And let declarer play the suit first. So Ethan playing the ace denies the king. Let's look at the spots. So Ethan playing the ace, then the king, usually is some kind of suit preference. So he probably wants a heart at some stage. So I'm going to give him my count card, the 2. So Ethan played his spades, ace, king, queen, which asks for a heart. So Ethan probably has the king of hearts, which means when I get in with my spade, I'm going to play ace of hearts and jack of hearts. I don't want them pitching any of their heart losers away on the diamonds. So declarer started with 6 spades, probably, 2 clubs. Okay, so declarer is going to go after the diamond suit right away to try to pitch hearts. Hopefully Ethan's able to rough one. I want to see a low diamond from Ethan showing a... okay, so that's too bad. So Ethan has 3 diamonds, it looks like, which leaves East with 2. Ethan could have Jack 10 tight. So because Ethan very helpfully played his clubs down the line, ace, king, queen, I now know it's safe to shift to hearts. So the question is, how do I shift to hearts? Should I shift to the jack first? I think that's probably best. I shift to the jack, and if declarer plays the queen, Ethan plays the king, and then plays through. So I'm going to play the jack. This might end up being a type of smother play, where Ethan has to duck here with the king. That's encouraging. Wow, so East had the king of hearts. So I'm not sure why Ethan played his clubs down the line like that. So that may end up costing us. I'm sure he had a reason, but the reason for him playing his clubs down the line is escaping me currently. Because now declarer is just going to cross the board with the diamonds and pitch diamonds, or pitch hearts. Hopefully East can't pitch enough hearts for this to matter. So East is going to get 1 pitch. Hopefully that's not enough. If East started with 3 hearts, then only 1 heart pitch is coming, and that won't be enough. Looks like East started with 6 spades, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, and 3 hearts. So I should be getting a heart trick if the count is right. So it looks like it didn't matter. East is going to throw a heart here, hoping the 2 of diamonds is good, but it's not. Yep, there it is. And then this heart is going to get roughed. So let's look there. So +1 looks pretty normal. I think it should be pretty average. It looks like it's an average-ish score, maybe slightly above average. So this is an interesting hand here. We're on our last board. I've got hearts and diamonds. Let's see. So this is a hand where I really want to be declaring because I've got quite a bit of shape. Let's see if partner is able to make a call here. So far, the opponents have actually played pretty steady here. Board 22, they got to the perfect spot. Board 23, perfect spot, although defended and declared about as well as you can. Here, let's see if they're able to get to the perfect spot again. If we're able to get a very good score here, we may stay above 70. If it's an average score, we're going to fall below. Okay, so Ethan didn't have a good reason for playing his clubs down the line. That's fine. Sometimes when you see ace, king, queen, you just want to play them in a random order. But generally, when you have a holding like that, if you play your cards down the line in that order, it's a suit preference for the higher ranking suit. And it should be a fairly strong suit preference, so you really should have a top heart for that play. And if Ethan did have the king of hearts, then we may have been able to score 3 heart tricks. As it turns out, it didn't matter because Declare couldn't pitch enough hearts. Okay, so Ethan has competed to 3 hearts. This is not an invitational bid, it's purely competitive. This is another thread the needle type of hand here. So, but in this scenario, this is a call where you want the opponents to be making the last guess. If I let them play in 4 clubs here, this could easily be making, whereas 4 hearts might be down 1, which is fine. I think I want to be playing in 4 hearts here to let the opponents make the last guess. Now they have to guess whether to double me or bid 5 clubs. If they guess wrong and they bid 5 clubs, Ethan can actually double them for penalties because Ethan's likely got a club stack. Now Ethan's going to be able to make the last call. Okay, so Ethan doesn't have a clear club stack. I've said all I can. I'm going to pass. This may end up going down depending on how many tricks we've got in the red suits. So we succeeded at leaving the opponents with the last guess. Let's see if they guessed correctly. So far on the last 2 boards, they have guessed correctly. Let's see if they can go 3 in a row. The 8 of hearts is exactly the card I wanted to see. The 8 of hearts should be a count card since partner has supported me. Let's play the queen and see where the 2 is. Okay, so partner played the 8, which means he has 4 hearts. So this last heart is not going to cash. So the question is, if partner started with 4 hearts to the 8, do I need to cash my ace of diamonds now? I think the answer to that is no. To set this contract, we may end up needing 2 diamond tricks. So I'm just going to cash the ace of hearts and let it get roughed by West. Hopefully West doesn't have a side spade suit. If West only has 3 spades, then we're going to get 2 diamond tricks in the end. West may be also missing the queen of spades and may guess wrong. Given that I'm the one that overcalled, he may play me for the queen of spades. So I want to start counting clubs here. So I'm going to play a low heart, saying partner, I like diamonds. Partner's got 2 clubs. Let's see if that's all partner has. Maybe the clubs are split 6 to 5 around the table. So partner playing the 7 of spades. That is no good because what that means is partner probably has 3 spades, which leaves West with 4. And if West has 4 spades, that means that West is making this contract, because the king of spades is going to drop on the ace, and then there's going to be a diamond pitch on the 4th spade. So really what that means is if Ethan had led a diamond, this contract would be down. So that's too bad. West is going to cross to a club and pitch a diamond. Too bad. So the opponents have guessed right once again, gotten to a great spot that could have been set on a diamond lead, but Ethan had no reason to lead a diamond on this auction. The only option now, the only way that we could get another trick is if Ethan happens to have the queen of clubs. The queen of clubs, though, is almost certainly to be with West. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to get 1 trick here at the end. Too bad. So diamond lead beats it? Yes, it does. Ethan really didn't have a good reason to lead a diamond, though. I don't fault him for that. That ends up being a score that is pretty middling, maybe below average, though. So we ended up winning. It wasn't a score that I was hoping to get after the great start that we started with, but it was still a very good result in the end. We cleared the field by almost 15% in our direction. So that's pretty good, but it was a rough last round. Just telling Ethan he had no reason to lead a diamond. Yeah, that's too bad. The opponents got pushed into 5 clubs, and it ended up being great. As it turns out, if we sacrifice to 5 hearts, it ends up being a pretty good sacrifice. But I mean, five clubs could be down on perfect defense. Had we sacked to 5 hearts, which would be doubled down 1, it would have changed a 40% board into a 60% board. So it doesn't change our score very much, but you want to try to get to optimal contracts as much as you can. And I think overall tonight we played a pretty good game. We had very, very few mistakes. And when you play a game like that with very few mistakes, you're usually going to win. Partner played great. I can't fault him for much. So just going to compliment partner for a really solid game. Maybe it was because he wasn't streaming today. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. I am going to end the stream, but it was another fun game. Hopefully you guys tune in for the next one. I think we have a game on Tuesday, and probably it'll be Ethan that's streaming on Tuesday. So happy holidays to everybody. See you next time.